Game Nexus Mame review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Willow, released in 1989 on the CPS-1 arcade hardware. This game is loosely based on the 1988 movie of the same name about a dwarf named Willow, who actually ends up helping... Well, here's Willow Offgood, and he ends up helping to save this baby from the evil queen. Matt Mardigan, who in the film was played by Val Kilmer, is there to help you with your quest, and as you'll see later in the footage here, you actually get to play as him. Now this is just weird. It's like a super game from Capcom coming this summer. Now are they advertising the game in the game? And there goes the guy telling you that it's Willow. But I just find that really weird. That it's like, this is a super game. You should try playing this super game. It's like something you'd see on an advertising sign. And here's a little bit of storyline to get you started. This guy tells you some stuff about what's happening with the baby falling into the evil queen's fingers. And then you're off as Willow to go destroy the bad guys. You have this like little shot that you shoot at people. There's all kinds of gold coins that you collect, because actually they really come into an important effect in this game where a lot of the weapons and the magic spells you have to buy in order to beat some of the bosses have to be bought by the gold coins. And if you hold up and press the jump button, that's how you jump higher. The charge attack comes in a little bit more later. When you get a magic spell, instead of just shooting a slightly larger ball of energy, Willow will actually shoot a whatever the magic spell, and like the first one's like a kind of like a crescent moon that it shoots. And that dude over there on the cliff is actually the store guy. Now right here I'm actually trying to get a little bit more money because there was a spell I need to get, but it seems like the wolves actually stopped at one point. So I'll just continue on. I've played a lot of games where you'll just have like a cave of enemies that are spawning and there won't be any stop to them. And I just think that's the cheapest thing. You go all the way out on this ledge and all you find is one gold piece. I mean, how much cheaper can that get? But, maybe it's random. Now you just go to the dude, talk to him. And here's the spell I was telling you about, the moonlight magic, which is like this crescent moon spell. And I'll show you that in just a minute here. Now you see when I charge up, well, after this boss guy, see, it's a big crescent moon shape that actually shoots at him, instead of just being the, and I had no chance of surviving that. Instead of being just the larger energy ball, it's a big crescent moon shape, which really does help in a lot of the situations, with a lot of the bosses especially. I mean, some of the fights are pretty hard if you don't have a good magic spell or the leveled up fighting, which you can get with you if you get that little sword. And basically, you play as Willow, and in some levels you play as Mad Mardigan. The big difference between Willow and Mad Mardigan is Willow just shoots these little energy balls in order to attack people, whereas Mad Mardigan has a sword and he can just slice through people. And here's the store guy again. And you notice there's a different spell now. But for the upcoming fight, an important thing to get is something that'll increase your energy a little bit, because it's a very large wolf that shoots fire at you. One of these days I'll figure out what that quest stone is. This allows you to take a couple extra hits, so it's not as hard. Okay, in just a little while we'll be facing that boss I mentioned. Okay, take out all these guys. And now, of course, here's a little bit more story. For some reason, this reminds me of Mega Man X a little bit, because before all the fights in Mega Man X, you'd have, like, no X, you can never defeat the bad guy. Dr. Wily will get you this time. And yeah, this is one of the places where that attack really helps out a lot. 'Cause I've tried this boss fight a couple times without the magic spell, and honestly, this thing takes a ton of hits without the magic spell. And a lot of your boss fights, you're just going to get like a pile of coins at the end of each of the battles. And now we save Mad Mardigan here. And the level ends. When I first did that, I expected a dialogue scene between them, but I guess I figured this big picture of him with some text over it was better. And now we're playing as Mad Mardigan. So instead of having just the regular energy shots like Willow had, we have his sword. Now one thing that's not easy to figure out here is, notice how at the end of the ledge there it's kind of lighter? That is actually where you have to jump up, which, as you can see here, I did not figure out right away. I was looking, I was like, hey, it's a ladder, I can climb the ladder. So I kept on trying to go over to the ladder and climb the ladder, but sure enough, I couldn't get that humongous gold coin there. It's gonna disappear before I'm able to get up there. But the ladder's useless. The only place you could jump up is that little lightened place, but trust me, I'm not gonna see that in this video before I get killed here. Because this is one of those areas, like in many games, where if you keep on walking back and forth, enemies will keep on spawning. Another thing I always thought was stupid in these games was having a timer. 99% of the time with these games, I never spent long enough playing the game that I actually ran out the timer. So really, what's the point? I mean, you should, just like any other arcade game, you should be able to play until you die. Not, until the timer runs out. Okay, let's see. Did I figure it out this time? I know at one point in this, I see that ledge and I'm like, oh wait, that ledge is a different color. Oh, here I am. Yeah, I just figured it out. I was looking at the ledge and I was thinking, hey, that ledge is a different color, so it must be something. And if you look above me, that's the same color, so you can climb up that. Let's take care of all the guys here and get some coins. That's the only thing with those treasure chests, as I'd mentioned before. They're either going to be like 1 coin or 100 coins, but it always just feels pointless when they're 1 coin, honestly. And now you may have noticed that, but that has to be one of the best things in the whole game. Falling a large distance does not hurt you. I honestly always hated that in a lot of the side-scrolling adventure games, where you actually fell like a certain distance, and it would take out like half of your life, and there's no way I can get that treasure chest. Or of course, in one of the old Indiana Jones games, it's not that you'd actually get hurt when you landed, it's that you would get hurt halfway down, which is the weirdest thing in the world. It's like Indiana Jones gets hit by a spirit or something. But basically, Willow's a great game, never got a single console port, just like a lot of the arcade games here. And if you really like the movie, or you really like side-scrolling action games in general, I would highly recommend this game. It's just really a fun time, and as you can see in Mad Mardigan, you don't just find the little dude, you actually go through the door. And that was the battle sword upgrade I was mentioning earlier, that'll make you attack better. But, yeah, this game is definitely worth your time if you're into the side-scrolling action game genre, with a little bit of role-playing elements, because you got all these magic spells and all these upgrades. But definitely give it a look, it's definitely worth a good play. See you later.